attorney or DIY? Let's weigh the cost and benefits of legal help. Today, we're diving into the wonderful, sometimes frustrating, world of probate in California. More importantly, we're going to break down whether hiring a probate attorney is worth it. So the big question, should you hire an attorney to help? Let's break it down pro and con style. Cons, and why you might want to go it alone. All right, fair's fair. Attorneys have their downsides too. Let's look at why hiring one might not be the right choice. Probate attorneys in California can be expensive and charge a percentage of the estate. The court may allow additional compensation for extraordinary services by the attorney for the personal representative in an amount the court determines is just and reasonable. A probate attorney's fee is based on a percentage of the total value of the estate, with the standard rate being 4% on the first $100,000, 3% on the next $100,000, 2% on the next $800,000, 1% on the next $9 million, and 0.5% on the next $15 million for estates exceeding $25 million. The court determines a reasonable fee. Yikes, right? That's money that could go to the heirs. If the estate is small, under $184,500, or well organized with a living trust, probate might be avoidable. In these cases, hiring an attorney could be overkill. A DIY probate is possible. If you're good with paperwork and deadlines, you can do probate yourself. California provides self-help resources and forms online. It's not for the faint of heart, but if the estate is simple, going DIY can save a lot of money. Attorneys may not be willing to sit down and address all heirs with emotions riding high. It is not unusual for conflicts and disputes to arise between family members. It is invaluable to have someone who is adept at finding amicable solution. An attorney can help to resolve any probate disputes or conflicts and ensure a fair distribution of assets. Here's another story set in California focusing on different set of challenges that can arise when hiring an attorney for probate. Maria's mother, Sophia, passed away after a long illness, leaving behind a small estate consisting of a family home, a couple of savings accounts, and a few personal belongings. Sophia had never created a will or trust, which meant that her estate would have to go through probate. Maria, eager to fulfill her mother's wishes, hired a well-known probate attorney in California to help with the legal proceedings. From the outset, Maria wasn't prepared for the expense. The probate attorney quoted an estimated fee based on a percentage of the estate's value, which Maria had agreed to. However, when time came to pay, she discovered that the attorney's fee had skyrocketed. The attorney charged for everything: filing documents, consulting with Maria, and even reviewing every minor detail in the estate. Maria was surprised by how much the fees grew, especially when the estate wasn't particularly large or complicated. By the time the case was closed, the total attorney fees amounted to nearly 5% of the estate's value, a significant amount considering the estate was modest. The probate process in California can be long, but Maria found out that the attorney wasn't moving things along as quickly as he could. The court hearings were delayed several times and important deadlines were missed. Maria was told that there were other cases the attorney had to prioritize, which led to a slower progress on her mother's estate. Each delay meant more time that Sophia's home remained vacant and unpaid property taxes piled up, which added to Maria's frustration. As the months passed, Maria began to feel incredibly disconnected from the process. While the attorney was supposed to be keeping her updated, there were long stretches of time when Maria had to chase down information herself. The attorney was often hard to reach, and even when Maria left messages, she didn't receive responses promptly. The lack of communication made Maria feel that her mother's estate wasn't being treated with the urgency and care it deserved. Maria wished she could have been more involved in the day-to-day decisions, but the attorney handled everything, leaving her with little insight into the ongoing proceedings. One of the most stressful parts of the probate was transferring the family home. Sophia's house had been passed down from generations, and Maria had always hoped to keep it in the family. However, because the property hadn't been placed in a trust, there were complications with how to transfer the ownership. California's property tax laws, particularly Property 19, also played a role in how the transfer was handled. The attorney needed to file additional paperwork and consult with the county tax assessor's office, leading to even more delays. This complexity left Maria confused and anxious, and she started to regret not having planned ahead with a trust. In this case, Maria found that while the attorney helped her navigate California's probate system, the cost, delays, lack of communication, and complications with property transfer made the process much more difficult than she had expected. Maria learned that while legal expertise is invaluable in complex probate solutions, it's important to thoroughly discuss the fees and expectations upfront to avoid surprises. For estates that aren't particularly complicated, Maria might have considered alternatives like streamlined probate process or working with a less expensive paralegal or mediator. Pros on hiring a probate attorney and why they might be your probate superhero. First up, let's talk about why having a probate attorney on your side can be a game changer. They know what they're doing, unlike most of us. Probate can be confusing. You got paperwork, deadlines, court appearances, and a probate code that looks like it was written by a robot. A good attorney has extensive knowledge of the legal requirements and procedures, guiding you through that process. With their expertise, make sure everything gets filed correctly and on time. The probate process can be lengthy and time-consuming, especially without professional assistance. A probate attorney can expedite the process effectively. They can do this by managing the paperwork, communicating with the court and interested parties, and addressing legal issues. Less stress, fewer mistakes, and no scary letters from the court. And trust me, you do not want a judge sending you paperwork asking why you've missed a deadline. That's like getting a pop quiz in a class you never signed up for. Some estates involve complex assets, such as businesses, real estate holdings, or substantial investments. A probate attorney has experience dealing with these complexities and provide the necessary expertise to distribute such assets properly. If you're handling probate alone, get ready for a second job, one that involves a lot of forms, waiting in line at government offices, and answering confusing legal questions. An attorney handles the bulk of the legwork. If you're not spending your weekends drowning in legal jargon, plus if you have a full-time job, kids, or just a basic desire to enjoy your life, hiring an attorney could be a lifesaver, saving you time, energy, and stress. Losing a loved one is already a challenging time, and dealing with the probate process can add additional stress. By hiring a probate attorney, you can alleviate some of the burdens and focus on grieving and healing. A great attorney can prevent family drama. Sometimes we've seen it. Probate turns into an episode of a reality show. Siblings fighting over who gets dad's favorite recliner, cousins appearing out of nowhere with sketchy stories, a probate attorney can help mediate disputes and keep things fair and by the book. Ever heard of heir hunting? It's when long-lost relatives suddenly show up claiming they were best friends with the deceased. A probate attorney helps keep the process legit and drama-free. Attorneys follow a court-supervised process that helps protect the rights of the heirs and beneficiaries. It ensures that assets are distributed fairly and according to the law by providing clear process for assets distributions. Probate offers a structured approach to assets distributions. This process helps avoid confusion and disputes, avoiding beneficiaries providing a small legal improvement. Probate provides oversight and ensures that executor fulfills their duties correctly. This supervision can prevent mismanagement and fraud, giving beneficiaries peace of mind. This also includes payments of any outstanding debts and taxes before assets are distributed. This ensures that all financial obligations of the deceased are settled, protecting beneficiaries from unexpected liabilities. Ironically, they can save you money. Yes, attorneys aren't cheap, but did you know that a mistake in probate could cost you way more? Missing a deadline, not notifying creditors properly, or distributing assets incorrectly can lead to fines, lawsuits, and extra court costs. A good attorney keeps your wallet from unnecessary damage. So yes, while you're paying them, they might actually save you thousands of costly mistakes. Last but not least, they know the loopholes. California probate laws are complex, but attorneys know ways to speed things up or avoid probate altogether with strategies like petitions for small estates or Hegstead petitions. If you don't know what these are, well, there's another reason for you to hire a pro. So there you have it. Probate in California can be a headache, but with the right strategy, you can make it easier. If you've gone through probate before, tell us in the comments. Did you hire an attorney? Would you do it again? As always, if you found this video helpful, hit the button, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you'll never miss another probate. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Disclaimer, this script is for informational purposes only and does not constitute legal or financial advice. Always consult with qualified professionals for guidance on specific situations.